Hello all, welcome back to the channel. Um, I've said before that the job that I do allows me a real interesting insight into the way people think, obviously, because and the way they feel. And sometimes sometimes these psychological health tip videos that I do is based on things that I noticed with people. And the reason I want to do this is to get people to think differently, and to see where they're tripping themselves up. And this is a big one because I can't believe I've never done this before, because it's something I think about a lot. The reason people don't understand evil, and some people don't even think that evil exists, which is bonkers to me. Evil absolutely exists. The main reason for that, and they go, "I don't understand why someone would do that," and they quit, or the other thing they say, "Well, they wouldn't do that, would they? Nah, they wouldn't do that." That's because they're projecting their morality onto other people, onto the perpetrator or whoever it was or whatever. People get trapped into this. It's kind of like, to me, it's like a herd thing. They think everyone thinks the same way they do, or they have the same morality that they do, which is completely not true. Many people commit and condone violence. That many people wish harm on other people. There are some people walking around so full of hatred that they will stab you in the back emotionally, psychologically, the first chance they get. And I'm trying not to be too dark, because I'd like to provide solutions, really. But the world is a dark place. There's no doubt about it. It's light too, but recent events, and I'm not going to go too deeply into this because I don't like, it's not really an avenue I talk about a lot, have proved to me that some people just are so bitter and so full of hate. And people look at that and they go, "I just don't understand that." They go, "I just don't get it." Yeah, it's because you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't commit that violent, evil, despicable act. You wouldn't write that horrible, despicable, evil comment, because you have a better sense of morality. And that's a big trap. And people really need to snap out of that. And I think it's part of the individuation process. I really do. Because when people do enough therapy, and when they work hard on themselves and they introspect and they look at that, it's a thing that I point out a lot with people. I have to point it out because it's something that holds people back. Even the fear of judgment from other people, like that's a really big one. That's a huge one. How many people live full of anxiety, fear, dread, and doubt because they're worried about what other people think? I think that's sad. And I think that that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn. One of the best first steps you can take is just to not give a shit what anyone else thinks. As long as you're not harming anyone, you can do whatever you want. We need to stop projecting our own morality onto other people because they don't have it. They might not ever have it. They might be pure evil scumbags. So this is I feel a really important one, and I see it a lot. And it's a spell that needs breaking, absolutely. And I do think it's part of herdthink. It's trying to, make people think the same. People have been conditioned to think the same, or to think and live up to other people's expectations. I think it's probably rooted there. But no, there are evil people. There are scumbags. There are narcissistic, parasites. And you will understand it much, much more if you don't project your morality onto them. And actually you realise that they don't have the same morals as you. They couldn't give a shit. It's a sobering thought, don't get me wrong, but it's truth, and truth has to stand above everything. We need to recognise that evil exists, and we need to recognise that not everyone has the same moral code. Don't get me wrong, natural law will get them in the end, because the universe has that perfect balancing system called natural law. I've done a video about it very early on. I think it's in episode 16 of the Consciousness Rising series, where I explain natural law and how it works. Yeah, this needs to stop. We need to remember that we are individuals, just as they are. And they don't always have the best intentions. Alright guys, see you in the next one.